Right now, on to the point. Plans to build an immigration detention center at Travis Air Force Base exposed. Why local lawmakers are saying, not so fast.
To use Travis as a detention facility is just plain inappropriate.
The first American-born pope elected.
I didn't think the world was ready for an American pope.
Tonight, how local dioceses are reacting to the historic selection, plus fighting back fraud.
It said I was going to owe back $7,500.
The warning tonight about an insurance scam impacting people nationwide. And our champions of hope, sparking community joy and laughter, one joke at a time. Good evening. As always, thank you so much for joining us on To The Point. I'm Alex Bell. Could Travis Air Force Base become an immigration detention center? Two California congressmen say there is a chance and they are fighting against it. ABC 10's Becca Hobbecker joins us in studio to explain what they say is at stake.
Alex, as part of the Trump administration's crackdown on illegal immigration, federal officials say they're making more arrests and therefore need more detention facilities. And some of those could be right here in California. Here at Travis Air Force Base in Fairfield, more than 26,000 active duty reservists and civilian employees are assigned, according to the base's website.
Planes are leaving there every day, transporting munitions and personnel to the Pacific as well as to Ukraine.
Democratic Congressman John Garamendi's district includes Travis, so when KQED reported last week that the Trump administration is looking to build an immigration detention facility at Travis Air Force Base, according to internal government communications obtained by KQED, Garamendi and neighboring Democratic Congressman Mike Thompson were alarmed.
To use Travis as a detention facility is just plain inappropriate. That base is a critical national security asset. It is the gateway to the Pacific as well as to Europe.
He and Thompson sent a letter this week to U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, expressing their grave concerns and demanding answers to questions including how many migrants does the department expect to detain at Travis, and how will diverting space and resources for a detention center at Travis impact ongoing or future operations.
To have any of that disrupted is just not right.
ABC 10 reached out to the Department of Defense, which directed our questions to the Air Force. We didn't immediately hear back. We also reached out to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. A spokesperson did not confirm the plans for Travis, but did say we can confirm that ICE is exploring all options in California to meet its current and future detention requirements, which include new detention facilities and possible support from partner agencies. They said more detention facilities are needed because ICE's enhanced enforcement operations and routine daily operations have resulted in a significant number of arrests of criminal aliens.
Is there any realistic world in which you could see a compromise being worked out and having some migrants held there?
There is no compromise. This is no way, no how should that base. It's not a very particularly large area. Most of the area is now being used for various military purposes, or as well as for the major Air Force hospital, David Grant Hospital, next door to the base. So there simply isn't room. We're going to raise the necessary opposition, and we will see that this does not happen.
Garamendi says he was successful fighting a move by the Trump administration regarding Travis earlier this year when they wanted to move a significant number of medical staffers from David Grant Hospital there to Guantanamo Bay Detention Center. Garamendi said that move never happened, and he hopes the same happens in this instance.
Now to the latest on the trade wars. Today, President Trump announced the framework of a new trade deal with the UK. This is the first deal for the Trump administration since the president imposed his sweeping tariffs worldwide. It cuts the new tariffs on UK goods coming into the U.S. and streamlines U.S. exports into the UK. The president says the deal with the United Kingdom has not officially been signed, but says just about everything's been approved. Thousands gathered in St. Peter's Square to witness the first appearance of the newly elected Pope. That selection made history as the new leader of the world's 1.4 billion Catholics is an American. Cheers from the crowd below as Pope Leo XIV made his first appearance on the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, moments before the announcement in Latin that we have a new pope.
Habemus Papam.
Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost of Chicago, elected to be the 267th Pope. White smoke rising above the Sistine Chapel this afternoon, signaling that after just 3 voting sessions, the Cardinals reached that 2/3 majority necessary to select the new Pope.
La pace sia con voi.
Emphasizing peace several times, he also mentioned Pope Francis twice, saying he wants to pick up where he left off. The selection also making history. He will be the first pontiff from the United States. There has also been a long taboo on naming an American pope, given the geopolitical power already wielded by the United States.
He has been described as the least American of the Americans.
Pope Francis brought Prevost to the Vatican in 2023 to head the office that vets bishop nominations from around the world. One of the most important jobs in the Catholic Church. People in the crowd waving flags, a young girl brought to tears. Others feeling lucky they were there to witness history. No one knew when the Pope would be chosen, but some local students have watched every day just in case. So here's what it looked like inside the halls of Annunciation School in Stockton. When the white smoke started to appear, students erupted into cheers and eventually watched the new Pope's first speech right in their classrooms. And teachers say it was a really special moment to share with their students.
The curiosity that they have for the papacy, but also for the Catholic Church, and just wanting to know more about what's in there. The more they learn, the more they want to learn. And so it's a beautiful thing to watch their curiosity really sparked by this.
A special mass will be held next Wednesday at the Cathedral of Annunciation on campus to pray for the new Pope. Tonight, we are also hearing from the head of the Sacramento Diocese and his reaction to this historic day. Bishop Jaime Soto says that he was surprised by the selection of an American pope, but points to his mission work and also his Latin American ties that will shape him the most.
That sends a signal not only to the whole church, but also hopefully even to American Catholics and Americans in general of the importance of looking beyond ourselves and to see how we can care for our brothers and sisters around the world.
Now on the ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app, we have continuing coverage on the first American Pope. All you have to do is just download our app completely free, straight to your TV. Coming up on To The Point, President Donald Trump weighs in on California's controversial high-speed rail project and Governor Newsom's political future.
Tracking our weather impact alert in place for Friday and Saturday due to early season heat with heat risk in store.
And later, lifting spirits with laughter in our Champions of Hope, one family's mission to bring their community together. All right, welcome back in. Just in case you forgot, it is Mother's Day this weekend, so we're going to get over to the forecast so you can plan accordingly for Mom, because there is a weather impact alert on the way. Chief Meteorologist Monica Woods joining us tonight. Monica, it's so good to see you again.
It's good to see you again, too. I wish I had better news with this heat risk that's going to be in play Friday and Saturday. That's when our weather impact alert will be in place. Early season heat, that is going to impact outdoor activities, especially for anybody going to the waterways and cars. Be heat ready as we head into some of this deeper heat. Highs for today warming into the 80s to near 90 up and down the valley, 70s and low 80s for the foothills, and close to 70 up top for the Sierra. Hourly weather for tonight, we are going to cool into the upper 50s. We've got those light winds in place, so there's not going to be much cooling coming in for the coast. We've got our heat risk with moderate risk for Friday and Saturday. Now, we are going to back off on that heat for Sunday just in time for Mother's Day. So here's how things play out. Talk about a total spring swing. We've got 90s on Saturday for Mother's Day, a few clouds and highs in the 70s. Under that ridge of high pressure sinking warming air, here comes this low, and watch it closely because it actually brings us a slight chance for showers on Monday. For the Sierra, slight chance of those snow flurries picking up as well overnight Monday into early Tuesday. Getting to those temperatures for that Friday forecast, we're in the 70s for the Sierra, 80s to near 90 down the hill. Across the coast, our highs are in the 70s, but inland areas, it's going to be widespread 90s, putting us about 15 degrees above average. We're awfully close to 100 for Turlock and Calusa in those upper 90s for our Friday. Again, for our forecast, we're going to call for that chance of showers developing by early next week. So we drop those highs from the 70s into the 40s by early next week. So just be aware, we are going to see quite the swing here. For our 3-day forecast, weather impact alert both Friday and Saturday. But again, cooler conditions arriving by Sunday into early next week. We've got highs in the upper 60s with the chance of showers.
Next on To the Point, Governor Newsom wants you to know the facts, so look at his new website dedicated to fighting misinformation. Plus, a woman is charged for health insurance that she did not sign up for. The warning tonight about a nationwide scam. President Trump says he will not pay for California's controversial high-speed rail project between the Bay Area and Los Angeles. According to a Politico report, the president said this week during a White House meeting, the $128 billion project will be Governor Newsom's downfall and will keep him out of the presidential race. The project continues to face challenges with cost and timeline since voters approved funding for the project in 2008. A spokesperson for Governor Newsom told Politico, walking away now as we enter the track laying phase would be reckless and also waste billions of dollars already invested. Now, if you do want to learn more about California's high-speed rail project, you can stream this on the ABC 10 Plus TV streaming app. Our team went in-depth in a half-hour special. You can watch it right now and download it straight to your TV. All you have to do is just search for high-speed rail on the home screen. Meanwhile, Governor Newsom launched a new website this week. It's called CaliforniaFacts.com. The governor calls it a rapid response website to call out and stop right-wing misinformation. The site fact-checks topics from housing to crime and also the LA wildfires. Well, imagine opening your mail and then discovering that you were enrolled in a health insurance plan that you never even signed up for, and it ended up costing you thousands of dollars. A viewer reached out after it happened to her. An investigative reporter, Lisa Lucas, looks into the insurance scam impacting people nationwide and the federal response aimed at stopping it.
Checking her mail, Crystal Bedford discovered something she never expected.
So I had gotten a letter in the mail back in November of 2024, and it was a letter from Oscar Insurance, and it was stating that they were going to renew my health care policy. I had never enrolled with Oscar.
Confused, she called to cancel the policy.
They terminated the policy. And then early of 2025, this year, I got a letter in the mail that was for new insurance cards.
She showed 11 Alive News investigates documents revealing she was signed up for an Affordable Care Act plan by an agent she says she doesn't know. Despite having her own employer insurance since 2022, she struggled to get the ACA plan canceled.
This is, where they canceled it, and then they sent another cancellation notice.
Then came tax season and a discovery she now owed money for premium tax credits for the ACA coverage she never authorized.
The government had paid almost $10,000 in premiums for me, and my heart dropped. It said I was going to owe back $7,500, and I lost it.
Crystal appealed to the marketplace and the insurer. Getting nowhere, she turned to 11 Alive.
When, you had sent out the email for information, that was when a supervisor from Oscar had reached out to me and was like, let's figure this out.
With the supervisor's help, Crystal finally got proof of the fraud. Sharing her story online, she heard of others experiencing the same.
That was when I realized, okay, it's not just me, this is a problem.
Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services is cracking down on ACA marketplace fraud. From January to August of 2024, CMS tracked 274,000 complaints. In July, the agency began blocking agents and brokers from making changes unless already associated with a consumer's case. It also suspended 850 agents, banning them from the ACA marketplace and getting related commissions. Since then, CMS says complaints have dropped, though official new numbers have not yet been released. Crystal does not know how the broker got her information in the first place, but finally got the policy retroactively canceled, and she's now cleared of the $7,500 she owed.
It feels amazing to have that weight lifted off my shoulders, because I did not want to have to pay back that money.
I don't think anybody would want to have to pay that. And look, we want to give you some details just in case, heaven forbid, this happens to you. But here in California, Covered California has phone numbers and emails that people can contact if they think that they are a fraud victim. So get ready. We're going to give you some information right now. You can call the number on your screen or email stopfraud@covered.ca.gov. You can also contact the State Attorney General's office or the Federal Trade Commission. Next, on To the Point, our champions of hope meet a family who gave their community a reason to laugh during some tough times. We know that in news, stories are filled with challenges and hardships, but incredible things are happening each and every day. From neighbors helping neighbors to inspiring acts of kindness. Each week, we're sharing stories on people who are really making a difference. So tonight, we're taking you out to Davis, where a simple act of kindness is doing more than making people laugh. It's reminding neighbors of the power of community. Along this green belt in North Davis, people are stopped in their tracks.
Did you know that Yoda has a last name? It's Lehihu. Yoda Lehihu.
To laugh.
I wanted to do something just to sort of brighten up the neighborhood, and I had this giant chalkboard. So I came up with the idea to mount it here and do a daily joke.
I really did tell the joke on a conference call.
That was you! Well, you're hired.
Michelle Livingston and her family started writing a joke a day during the height of the pandemic.
I just saw so many people really sad and disconnected, walking so far away from each other because none of us really knew how to respond at that point to the pandemic.
We love this.
Oh, thank you.
It's one good thing that came out of COVID.
Exactly.
One of my favorites that I saw was, what do you call a pony with a sore throat?
A little horse.
An act of kindness.
I just think it's a great example of bringing the community together in really small ways to spark joy and laughter.
To remind people they're not alone.
It was really fun to hear people come by and laugh or groan or hear parents try to explain to their children the punchline. It was heartwarming and made us laugh.
From silly puns to one-liners.
One of the dad jokes left as an offering for us was, I ate a clock yesterday. It was so time-consuming. They're really bad. They're really bad.
The board quickly became a favorite stop for neighbors old and young.
We're on the cross-country team and track team, so every day we run by coming through the greenbelt, and it's always just a landmark on our route to see the new joke of the day.
All the little things that people do every day really make an impact on the community.
The jokes not only make people laugh, but help them feel connected.
I'm originally from Japan, and it's a good kind of a good training for me to to broaden my vocabulary, or the kind of the jokeness of the U.S. culture,
and inspire neighbors to spread a little kindness themselves.
One of the many cards people have left us, and people left presents, chalk, a bottle of champagne on New Year's the first year. It was pretty wonderful. It's a thank you card that says, thank you for spreading kindness and building community with your daily jokes. What a gift.
In a world once isolated and can feel divided,
particularly now, and certainly during the pandemic, community building is just sort of what we need.
A good laugh.
That is a good one.
Is helping bring people together.
I hope it's just a reminder that no matter what's going on in your life, you can take a moment to connect with your community and have a little laugh or a groan some days, but connection's really important. It helps get all of us through the harder times, which, are a part of life.
And we did have some good laughs out there in Davis. Michelle, thank you so much for inviting us into your home. And we know there are so many more stories waiting to be told. So if you do know someone making a difference, of course, we'd love to hear about it. You can always email us at tothepoint@abc10.com. Together, we can keep spreading a little bit of positivity, one story at a time. As always, thank you so much for watching and for inviting us into your home. Don't forget, To The Point does not end here. If you want to stream more of our stories, you can always download the free ABC 10 Plus streaming app straight to your TV. I hope you have a great night. I'll see you right back here tomorrow.